really debunk and put a little different spin on it. And the one for this week is that customers only care about low prices.
Oh boy, boy, is that ever untrue.
There's an old adage, you can have it cheap, quick, and right. So pick two of the three, right? So you can either have cheap and quick, cheap and right, or quick and right.
Yeah, it's a good adage. I never heard that one.
Never heard that one before?
No.
Oh, I see that on all over the place, right? It's kind of one of those kind of tongue-in-cheek things, right? You can't get all three of those, but you can get two of the three, right?
Makes great sense to me.
So what that tells me, again, it's gonna be cheap and quick, but not right, or it's gonna be cheap and right, but not quick. So, so which ones do you want? Everybody seems to want all three these days. And as I was pondering this, one of the things I try to figure out is, has it always been this way? Because if your sole competitive advantage is price, that is a very, very slippery slope, and you're on a going out of business curve because you cannot compete on price alone, especially as a small business. But yeah, Jack, has it always been this way? I'm trying to picture the old school butcher shop. Here you go, you walked in, and here you're going to buy your meat for the week. Are people always negotiating price, or looking for the cheapest price? Were people okay paying for things?
I think at the retail level, where most consumers, obviously, we all have to reside there in some form or another. Buying food, buying clothes, just going about paying for your day-to-day living expenses. People culturally, the culture here allows people to feel very comfortable focusing on price. And because it's right there, we get the sale, and price is going to be very easily talked about. Now, what happens in small business is that's carried on to small businesses, but small businesses, as you know very well, require more than just price. But yet culturally, somebody is very confident and always talking about price. So you come along and you try to show the attributes of your product or service, and sitting across the table is the customer targeted, and you know that he or she is going to ask about price. But really they want more, but as we also know, most people can't express what it is they want.
Well, what it does is it starts to commoditize stuff, and your point's well taken, Jack. In a retail setting, and there's all sorts of technology and apps available today. I can walk through a store, and you'll see it. If you walk through a store these days, people will be on their phones or their smartphones, and what they're often doing is they're price shopping. So literally, it's a commodity. So this is especially true for our service-based companies out there. One of the great things that we use to help combat price for people is we use this very simple phrase. And make sure you have a pen and paper ready for this. Okay.
Right, let me get mine. Go on.
All right. So when somebody says you're expensive, here's your response to them. Compared to what?
Absolutely perfect response.
All right.
We use that all the time because we have a customized, very unique product,
Right.
even though there are other people who call themselves business coaches.
And that's true for many of our service-based clients as well. And it can be true for many folks who do product too. We had to say compared to what is helping you to start to differentiate what it is that your product or service does. And if you do that, you can then help gain the upper hand when it comes to be able to negotiate price. Because that will often stop people in their tracks.
It's fun. It's fun to see that because you're right. It does. It stops them literally. How do you respond to that? Well, compared to the other guy. Well, wait, what's he giving you versus what I'm giving you? And even if you have a check-off list, it's not going to be apples to apples. Almost impossible. So yes, it's an excellent statement.
Yeah. So what you have to be prepared for then is you have to be prepared, as Jack's saying, to now once they've been stopped in their tracks a little bit, you have a chance now to talk about what makes you different, and you got to know what that is. So you have to know what's making you different. Again, if it's only price, you might as well close up shop today.
Yep.
While you still have control over it, because you're on a going out of business curve, or at least figure out in the next few months or few years what else makes you different. Because again, if it's just price,
you can't last.
Yeah, you're
impossible.
You're a goner at that point.
You'll keep getting nickel dime. Every once in a while you'll luck out, but for the most part, no. Well, the more astute shoppers aren't about price. Of course, they're going to bring price in. I mean, it's just customary, so you can expect it. But what else should you be giving a customer besides price? And the more astute customers will put value. They'll put value on other things, such as integrity, keeping your promises. It's very important. I don't mind paying a premium for somebody if I can count on them to get value. It's easy doing business with them. We have a good relationship. I'm getting usually better than expected service. The value I get, it's received for the money itself. I'm paying money, and I do want value, and I want the perception that I'm getting value. And the quality goes without saying. So if I'm a supplier of a service, and I'd like to think we are, and or a commodity of some type, a product of some type, if you incorporate those things that I just said, integrity, value received, better than expected service, good quality, easy to do business, fun to do business with, why in the world would I hassle you on price? I'll try it a little bit just to do it, but I'm not going to stick, to my guns and demand a low price plus all those other things. I'll appreciate those other things, because that's really what makes the relationship and the business relationship especially go.
That's a very good point, Jack. And I think to reinforce that a little bit, it's often the very simple little things. And to give you a very simple example of that, one of the things that makes Jack and I unique in our coaching practice is the fact that not only do we have 2-on-1, but we are available to our clients 24/7.
Right, you know how I gotta always qualify that. If you do need one of us at 3 in the morning, you gotta call Adam. But that's the only change.
Right. And that's a big deal because a lot of our competition, or supposed competition, they have a flat rate maybe, but they're more hourly. The way we engage with our clients is that it's a flat monthly fee. And that covers our week-to-week or bi-weekly meetings, but also covers us being available by phone, by email, by text, to be there for them. And we didn't think,
their contracts, are month to month. So if you don't think you're getting value, let us know, and that's it. If we don't think you're taking a coaching, we'll let you know, and that'll be it.
So it's often very simple things like that you can use to be able to differentiate yourself. So, all right, stick around. When we come back.